Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Sorry I am slightly late on this video, but unfortunately my day job has just kept me so busy. I've not had a huge amount of time to actually make a video like this, but I have been keeping up with all the latest news, and if the latest news is to be believed, very soon we should see a new drone yet again from DJI, okay? And this drone is due to be the successor to this model here, the DJI Mavic Air 2, and it looks like, if all the rumours and filings on the FCC database are correct, it is going to be called the DJI Air 2S, okay? Now, unfortunately for a big company like DJI, they can't really hide new model launches or when the new model is due to come out. And the reason for this is because if DJI want to sell a new drone in America and that drone is using any sort of signal or radio transmissions, okay, that means they need to register it with the FCC, and that gets then put on the FCC database. And that is a public piece of information that people can see. So generally, these things get out pretty quickly when there is a new launch. Okay, so all I'm going to be doing on this video is speculating, the same as pretty much everyone else is going to be speculating, all right, because nobody actually really knows other than DJI and probably a select few that might well even already have this drone flying, because that's how YouTube works. Okay, there will be some big YouTubers that will actually already have the Air 2S and quite possibly already flying it at this stage, but they're not going to be able to release any information, so we're going to have to speculate on the little snippets we've got. So one of the major snippets that we've seen is the fact that it's going to be using that 3500 milliamp battery, and that is the same as what is in the DJI Mavic Air 2. So that basically tells me that I can't expect the shape or the size to change that much, and it's definitely more like evolution rather than revolution, I would imagine. I can't imagine it's going to change much physically, and it certainly seems to me like it's just going to be some sort of enhancements on this product. So what do we know so far? So we know that it uses the same battery. The chances are it's going to have DJI AirSense, okay? Now, AirSense is absolutely superb, and it's going to improve safety massively, okay? If you don't know what Air Sensor is, basically it's a situational system where it can detect, whether you're near aircraft, helicopters, etc., which it's a great safety feature. But sadly, when this model was launched, due to the sort of global pandemic starting, it seems that the hardware for the AirSense effectively was only available and only got put into models sold in North America. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame we didn't get it, but that's ADS-B technology is potentially going to be in the successor to this, the Air 2S, which we all hope. What else is potentially new? Well, it looks like we're going to have a new, bigger sensor. That's what's rumoured at the moment. So as you can see on screen, we potentially have the 1/1.72 sensor, which is bigger than the half-inch sensor which is on this, and apparently that's the same sensor which is on the DJI Pocket 2. Now I actually use the Pocket 1 for most of my filming actually, so it's a really good sensor, and obviously the still photos on this is 48 megapixel, but apparently it's going to be 64 with the new one. And again, that's just a bit of a rumour, because of course nobody really knows for sure, so we're just sort of guessing what might be. But yeah, looks like it's probably going to be the same body, same battery, bigger sensor, which is especially going to help in lower light conditions as well. I'll be very surprised, incredibly surprised, if it didn't have AirSense now. That was always due to hit these models, and it just seems like DJI have obviously, rather than fitting it afterwards to slightly later models of the Mavic Air 2, probably just going to incorporate it in the Air 2S. So what else do we think is new? Okay, so some people have said it might have OcuSync 3.0. OcuSync 3.0 was launched with the DJI FPV drone. Now, from what I've been reading, I think that's potentially very unlikely, and it's all to do with the smart controller. So the smart controller can only deal with OcuSync 2.0, and I don't see DJI changing that. So I think we're going to be still with Oxygen 2.0 for now, and that's absolutely fine. I mean, we're not doing FPV or anything like that, so I can't see that's being a major issue. So let's talk a little bit about what we could potentially see. That is just my personal thoughts. Okay. For me, I think it has to have side sensors. Okay, so if you are familiar, we've got front sensors and we've got rear sensors, and then obviously we've got the ones underneath as well. But the one little, for me, Achilles heel of this drone is the fact it doesn't have side sensors. So effectively, as you might have seen when I did one of my recent videos, when I'm trying to do a parallel track, it sort of doesn't fly sideways like this, which is sort of annoying. It sort of flies like this. So you don't get that full-on side perception. It's just one little bugbear of mine with this, whereas if it does have them side sensors, then that's probably going to be capable. What else? Right, one big thing is everybody calls for this on this drone, and for me, it's got to have waypoints. Okay, we already know it's got all the other active track, and it's got spotlight, and it's got all the really cool features, but it doesn't yet have waypoints. Clearly, after a year of this product being on the market, it hasn't been updated with waypoints, so clearly it's never coming, otherwise it would be here by now. So I think, again, speculation, will the DJI AIR 2S have waypoints? I think it's probably going to be a must. And, what can we expect? I mean, the trouble is, it is a newer model. Apart from the bigger sensor, we're not getting any more battery life. Well, we might get some more battery life, but given the fact that we've got the same battery size, we're all guessing, aren't we? It's always exciting when DJI launch a new product. Really, really exciting. We love this guessing game. I have got this model. I would have to see what improvements it does have before deciding to buy it. I'm not entirely too sure yet. I think this does everything that I need it to do. Apart from, obviously, waypoints would be cool, and the side sensors even better. Price, this is just a guess. You see, right, so a fly more combo for the DJI Mavic Air 2 is $949. You're probably aware of that already. Do you know what, guys? I'm not entirely sure the new drone's going to be much more expensive. Not a huge amount more. I don't think it's going to be that expensive at all. Because, it's not like they're going to be developing a whole new product. I mean, essentially, switching up the sensors, I would imagine. Maybe a couple of sensors, maybe. The Air Sense is already in the North American models anyway. So it's not like that's costing any additional money, because that's probably already factored in. It's just the fact that us in Europe, we didn't sort of get the feature, but it's the same price comparable. I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say it's probably going to be about £1,099 for the Fly More combo when it comes out. I say when it comes out, it's clearly going to happen. There's too much information out there to say it's not going to come out. It is going to come out. So, yeah, I'll try and keep you posted as best as I can. Like I say, I've put a few snippets on this screen, but essentially, we are all guessing. Us YouTubers are going from information, and usually it's the same information we're all going from, but that's just me being frank and honest with you guys. But if I get any more snippets, I will, of course, let you know. What do you think? Is it something you're interested in, given the features that I've potentially mentioned? And if so, what features would you want a DJI Air 2? One last little thing as well is just to quickly mention, I think or wonder whether this new DJI Air 2S would come with any sort of C certification, which would of course affect us in the UK. And if this drone was C certified, that would effectively mean that even though this drone weighs what it does, which is around 570 grams, that would then allow us to actually no intentional flights over people. Slightly different from absolutely no flights or 150 meters away from people. So we could see our first C-marked drone on the market. So that's really, really exciting. So anyway, I'm going to end the video there, and please let me know what you think in the comment section below. Sorry it's taken a little bit too long, but plenty to talk about because it's really, really exciting. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you very much. See you again soon.